What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Majay, and I'm back with another video. And this is Do All Men Think the Same? I'm here to tell you guys that we don't at all. But even though a lot of people like to think that all men are the same, but we're gonna see what kind of questions they ask. We're gonna see what kind of results we get. I'm gonna be giving my input. So with no further ado, let's go.
Like the way the old school ways work. They did work. We just messed it up.
So that's important to you, to be like the breadwinner?
I'm the caretaker of society.
I think when you're younger, you do, but as you get older, you don't. It doesn't matter. You don't care. It's not something you go thinking about on a daily at all. I don't think about it at all actually. But I have to say probably around like middle schoolish, yeah, when you're going through puberty and hormones and things like that, you think about it, but it's no big deal.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my God.
This is a good question. I like this one.
It's just a normal thing to be worried about, like when you're growing up.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, am I normal? You know, like...
I hate this. I guess like when I was younger, I was like, whoa, is this normal? Is this not? But like, eventually I was like, no, I'm fine.
I feel like this whole conversation is just like bringing to my awareness how impressionable and like how much of our lives and our masculinity is defined by when we're kids. When everybody's like, oh, you gotta have a big dick, you gotta have a big dick. And all you see is like, only time you see a dick is on porn and it's like 14 inches, then it's like, well, mine doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Then of course you're gonna like start thinking about it versus,
Might be in the wrong category, Mike.
I'm actually changing my answer.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
I changed my mind because what he said was, it made a lot of sense because I remember the first time I saw porno and I saw a black guy's penis, I was like, I'm not like that. As I got older, I perfected my craft. I've never had a problem with women. It has nothing to do with the penis. It's all about, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. You just love a woman, you embrace each other, and it's just, I've never had a problem with a woman since then.
I think for younger guys, this is the concern that I'm realizing is like, maybe if these discussions were more open about size and whatever, and that really over time it all becomes okay and it's fine, maybe that would help a lot.
Okay, that is very true. Men are really open about sex. Okay. For the very first date, yeah, I'm paying. I feel like I would pay. I wouldn't feel comfortable letting her pay for the first date. But on dates after that, like say we continue dating, if she wants to pay, if she really, really wants to pay, then okay. But if I have the financial stability to pay, I feel like I should pay. But if she insists on paying, then okay, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But if I'm financially able to pay, I'm going to pay.
3, 2, 1, go.
You took off.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work. We just messed it up.
So that's important to you, to like take that leadership role? To be,
Tradition.
To be like the breadwinner?
I'm the caretaker of society. I don't even like saying it this way. Once you give the woman the power, then you just demasculated yourself. I want to stick to what's made me happy. And my grandparents, my parents, I'm just going to stick with it because it works. It's not perfect, but it works. Be a man, plain and simple.
I don't know, I think we're just getting in dangerous territory when we start talking about chivalry. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, baby, if you want to pay for this, like, there is no hierarchy here. Like, if you want to pay for this, pay for this. Maybe next time I'm like,
The first
I just got a
date,
check,
though,
so I'll pay for it.
Wasn't this the first meal, though? You
Yeah,
said?
the first one.
Okay. You only get one chance to make a first impression.
What does it matter if it's a girl or a guy? It's 2019, and your logic shouldn't be, like, no disrespect, like, oh, because my grandpa did it and it worked for him, then it works for me. If she's not gonna date me that second time because I didn't pay for her, I think I dodged a bullet.
I support the Me Too movement.
Yes, I support the Me Too movement. I do think that in a lot of men's eyes, though, it has gotten a bad rep because of people who try to take advantage and falsely accuse. That, and also the point where when somebody is accused, your life is ruined, your reputation's gone. Doesn't matter if you did it or not. So I think that what kind of makes a lot of men like on the fence about it. But I feel like if you're a victim of Speak Your Truth, speak out. And another thing is, a lot of people probably feel like the time that it takes for the women to come out to say something. But I feel as though if I'm not you, I'm not you, so I don't know how much time it takes for you to heal or to deal with that certain situation. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'd say I do support the Me Too movement.
3, 2, 1, go.
He's really thinking about it.
Be real. Be real.
You gotta be real though.
At first, when I saw it, and talking to my friends, and family, a lot of people in the South, they're like, these women should have spoke up a long time ago. And then I had to step aside and really process it for myself and be like, you know what? She didn't feel comfortable. And she wasn't in a society, in a place where it was acceptable for her to say anything about it. So now that they have the platform and the ability, I'm like, that's amazing. Speak your truth.
What do you tell a child who is accused of rape by a woman, has his whole life destroyed, and then people just go,
There's
Yeah,
always going to be
that's
people
what
that take
people-
advantage of it, or it's not going to be perfect. We're figuring it out as we go, but I think it's done more good than it's done bad.
I think I think we get to acknowledge the bad though. Like I think
Yeah,
like
of course.
that's why I'm doing this thing is for us to say oh, he did that to me, and all of a sudden now we've vindicated that guy is vilified. There is no chance of him having a say in the conversation. And
Trial
we get to
by
have a
mob
conversation
is
every
not
time.
good. This mob mentality is bad. I
Yeah.
agree with that, but I don't think that's exclusive to the Me Too movement.
But we're using it right now to say, oh, that person is bad. Oh, fuck that person. There's no further conversations being happening. If it's a movement to say, yes, okay, this hierarchy we've created of men and women, which is a result of the way men are expected to act, the women are expected to act. Let's have those conversations and everything changes, and I'll be over there all fucking day.
Okay, I understand that.
Toxic masculinity is overblown.
Toxic masculinity is overblown. That's a tough one. But you gotta be real. Okay. Do I think toxic masculinity is overblown? I feel like, okay, personally, I don't know how to answer this. Yes, but no at the same time. Just because I think everybody is different, so what some people might see as toxic masculinity, somebody else might not see as it being toxic. So I'm kind of I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on that one, to be honest.
2, 1, go.
Overblown.
Wait,
Yeah, what do you mean?
Overblown. What is
can you use a different word?
that? Yeah.
oh, it's the exact right word.
Yeah, I think I just somewhat agree that it's blown out of proportion because I think what happens with social media is a group of people coin a term and now we're all painted by it.
We are not in a post, I don't know, rape culture world, women are being catcalled every day. And so men are still, I think, seen or experienced as a predatory presence to women. So that's why I just don't think it's overblown. I think it's new.
If we were good men, there wouldn't be feminists, they wouldn't be attacking us, they wouldn't be hating us. You have a lot of guys who don't want to commit to marriage. You have a lot of guys who catcall. So yes, men have become toxic. And once again, I have to be consistent with all my beliefs and all my morals. I'm very traditional.
I see what you're saying, but the way you're framing it, like this word moral is kind of.
We don't know what that is anymore, though. That's
Well,
the
it's like it
problem.
sounds like you're saying like it's men's job to be like the moral compass of society.
It is.
I think it's everyone's job.
It's everybody's, but men, if men want to coin themselves as the leaders, you have to hold up to the good and the bad.
That's part of the problem, though. Like that's what I think toxic masculinity, or it's putting too much pressure on yourself. I mean, it's very obvious that we're grappling with like the history and the damage of like what a world completely run by men does to us. That's why I think we're talking about toxic masculinity.
Okay.
I am comfortable showing my emotions.
Depends on the emotion. I don't like to cry in front of people. I don't like to cry, period. I have crying now. But that's really it. I just don't like to cry. I try my best not to cry. I try to keep all that. I know people say it's not good for you, but that's just how I am. I try to keep that emotion bottled up as much as I can. Yes, sometimes it comes out, it explodes because you can't hold it anymore. But that's really it. I think that's the only type of just sadness, really. I think. Yeah, that's me.
3, 2.
So no, I don't think I am comfortable showing my emotions.
It's been like harped upon me for years that like showing my emotions were bad. And like me trying not to be gay, I'm like, no, like I don't want to show these emotions because I'm not gay. I can't be gay. Like I'm not supposed to be gay. Like the church tells me, my dad tells me, my mom tells me, everybody's telling me I'm not supposed to be gay. So like just understanding that at 25, now 26, like I'm over here like, okay, like, oh, you're insecure. Okay, that's what that feels like. Oh, you're sad. That's what that feels like. I can now be aware of those things, but to show them to other people right now is like really hard for me.
I do feel like I'm very verbally like about my emotions with my wife, but I wouldn't agree completely because I'm not like that with anyone else. I mean, I just failed a college class and I was crying about it to my wife, but no one else at school saw me cry, you know? I specifically texted my wife, make sure the kids are asleep by the time I come home, because I just knew I was gonna be like, as soon as I stepped through that threshold to my house, I was just gonna let go and I didn't want them to see that. But like the next day I sat down and I had that conversation with them, like, hey, I just wanna let you guys know, you know, your dad didn't pass this class, and they're like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, of course.
You
know,
just
like,
cry in front of your kids, man. I remember like seeing my dad cry for the first time when his mom died, and I remember like imprinting that in my mind as like, wow, you know, like my dad can be upset, and that was like an important thing to witness.
It's reality, emotion.
Yeah, it's real.
I was raised by two parents that I never ever saw cry. The effect that had on me was by the time one of them passed away very suddenly, I didn't really seem to be affected at all. So I've actually had to do a lot of therapy on that. This thing about masculinity not being able to show your emotions is very bad. It puts us backwards in society, and we need to be thinking about how to tap into our emotions in a healthy way together.
Thank you for standing in your truth, brother.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Great job, man.
You too.
So that's a good video. I like the questions, but more of the emotions part. I don't think I've really ever seen my father cry. Even when his dad passed, I don't think he cried. When my uncle passed, I didn't see him cry. I know he was secluded a lot. I remember that, but that's probably where he probably let go, grieved. But I don't think I've ever watched my father cry at all. So I don't know. Maybe that's why I feel that way, because I don't know. I've always been like that ever since I was young. I've always been like, men don't cry. But anyway, great questions, great discussion. That was a great video. I think that this shows that men aren't all the same. As you can see, we had one man who was just like, men need to be the rulers, men need to take charge. And there's other ones that were just like, hey, if women want to take the lead, if women want to do this and that, it's not men's job to run the world. So I don't even know why I still got these on my head. But great discussion. Enjoyed the video. That's gonna be it though, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll be back with you guys next time. I'm out.